Hello and welcome to Module 1, Introduction to Managerial Accounting. Hopefully by now you've gone through the course overview module as well as the roadmap for student success. If you haven't, you may want to just make sure that you go back and look at those at some point this week because I do think they're going to be really helpful. You wouldn't want to have all of the tools in your toolbox before you start a big job. And managerial accounting is going to be a big job, but it's going to be a fun one. All right, so managerial accounting. So you've all taken financial accounting, Accounting 301 if you took it in Los Rios. And if you remember, and I'm sure you do, in financial accounting, our focus was really on providing financial information to external users. If you remember, we had that list of three main external users, right? Our shareholders, our lenders, and government regulatory agencies. Outside of that, maybe customers, suppliers, but it's all people external to the company, right? They don't get to log into our system and look stuff up. So really the only information they have to make decisions with is the external information. And that information had to be prepared a very specific way. The rules that govern financial accounting are called US GAAP, Generally Accepted Accounting Principles. All right, this is our review. Okay, so that was financial accounting. Managerial accounting is going to be internally focused. We are not preparing financial information for external people, for shareholders and lenders, whoever. We're preparing financial information for our internal managers to use to make decisions. Okay, so internally focused. So we may calculate a product cost, right? Because if I'm in charge of setting the price of our product that we're going to sell it to people for, I probably want to know the product cost because I want to understand how much of a margin that we want to make. Maybe it's feedback that says, hey, purchasing manager, I noticed that the prices or the cost of our materials are going up, or maybe they're going down, or maybe the quality is changing, right? But we're going to capture all of that within managerial accounting. And we'll talk about a little bit more of that as we move through the module. Because this is for internal use, there's no gap. There's no generally accepted accounting principles. Now we are going to learn some best practices, and we may find that a lot of the work we do supports the external reporting. So the portion of our managerial accounting that our external reporting people are going to use, that has to follow GAAP. But anything that's being used internally, it can be whatever we want. Usually it's going to be whatever is useful. And so that may change, right? The manager over here may say, I need this kind of information, and a different manager may need something different. As you move from company to company, you may find the types of reports you're generating are different based on the needs of the business. So it's a really, really responsive and customized type of accounting versus financial accounting, which really is the same for everybody. Okay. Financial accounting really focused on historical information. But with managerial, we're going to be using historical information, real-time information, and forward-looking data, especially when we start doing budgeting. And the final thing is, whereas external reporting focuses on the whole organization, managerial accounting may look at the whole organization, but more likely it's going to be useful to look at maybe a certain location or a certain product line or a certain department, okay? But we can break it down, which is really nice, because if I'm in charge of the accounting department, I don't really care what's going on in the legal department. What I need to know is the information, the financial data that's going on in my department so I can make some decisions. All right, so that was kind of a lot, and I'm going to repeat a lot of this when we get to the actual page that talks about financial versus managerial, but I wanted to give you an overview. It's very different. We will be doing some debits and credits, not a ton. We will be talking about the income statement and balance sheet, not a ton, but they will be out there. So you're going to use your 301, but it's also going to be kind of something new and cool. So I hope you enjoy it, and let's get rolling.